Well, let's just talk about coronavirus first up. I guess at the very least it's become a bit of a distraction, hasn't it, not knowing exactly where you stand?
Well, no, I mean, I think we'll probably know more today. The government having a meeting about it. There's a lot of rumours about what's going on, and it is a little bit unsettling with the players, whether we're going to be behind closed doors, whether games are going to be cancelled. So we'll wait and see what comes out from the meeting today. I think that's going to be important.
Yeah, because it does really change the nature of any game if suddenly you haven't got any fans there.
Well, it does. I mean, I watched a bit of the Paris game last night, and it doesn't seem right. My own take on it is quite a clear one, and then in that I think there should be a stoppage to the season. I really do. I feel that playing behind closed doors is not the right thing to do. And I think there's plenty of time in May to make up the season. This thing, what we've got here is very serious, and it's not a case of it's not going to go away. I think there's only inevitable the season is going to be stopped. So I think the earlier we do it, the better. That's my own opinion on it, because if you play the game behind closed doors, there's no value to that. We want to play with fans in the stadium. We want to entertain people. That's what the game's all about, and it's not a case of also just 22 players playing. There's going to be stewards, there's going to be, I would imagine, ball boys or ball girls. So no, for me the best thing to do would be to put a stoppage to the season and then address from there, because the most important thing is definitely the well-being of everyone, and that's at a serious level now. Yeah,
it's twofold, isn't it? Clearly well-being hugely important, but the whole point of football is to really enjoy the emotion of it. Taking Posh as an example, you're in a situation where your best chance of getting promoted, well, really since the last time you were in the playoffs, and you want to really be able to enjoy every minute of that.
Yeah, you're right, because at this stage of the season it's got to the business end, the exciting part of the season. But the most important thing is the well-being of everyone, and that has to be what comes out of this. And we'll wait and see, and we'll have to abide by whatever decision is made and carry on with it. But like I said earlier, I think we'll know more later on this afternoon.
Yeah, let's put that to one side. Regardless of what goes on with coronavirus, it's quite a unique challenge this weekend anyway, because we know what's happened to Bolton this season. They look to be heading to League Two, and it poses a different sort of challenge.
It does, because you're up against a team that have had a lot of problems financially, and it's affected them in the league this season, clearly, with the points deduction. They've brought in two very experienced guys in Keith and David, and two good people at their job, and they've got a lot of good experience in the team. You go through, and I watched them on Tuesday, they've got some very good players, so this is going to be a difficult game, and they're trying to make sure that they get as many points as they can. And I seen a team on Tuesday that was fighting for everything, was certainly not feeling sorry for themselves. The game here was tight, so we cannot show one moment of complacency against them, and it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, so one where mentality, well, it's always important, but particularly in a game like this, to be in the right mental space.
Yeah, but I think you'd like to think Bolton, just by where they've been in the Premiership not that long ago, big club, big stadium, you would like to think that takes care of itself. We're in no position to show any complacency. I'm sure we won't. The one thing we have to address is our away form. It's not been good enough. Our home form's definitely kept us in the mix, and it's a very, very important 3 points we're playing for.
Yeah, it could well turn out to be the difference between playoffs and top two, sorting the away form out. You're going to need to pick up those points on the road. Do you think it's a massive step that you need to take? Because some of the away performances have been really good.
No, I think the fine margins have got to be changed. I look at the last two away games. Burton, I felt it was a game we should have won and not drawn, and Fleetwood, a game we should have drawn and not lost. So the fine margins away from home really, really do matter. But there's no doubt that we need to try and keep this run going. I know, obviously, in the last, sort of 6 in the bounce we won, and then we had to slip up, we dropped points, and everyone's going to drop points. Really big performance on Saturday against Portsmouth, and what I've said to the players, if we can manage to get that level of performance on a consistent basis, whether it's be home or away, then it gives us a good chance.
Yeah, a hugely important game last weekend, because it would have been only natural after the two matches without Ivan and being on the road for a few doubts to creep in, but you really wouldn't have known that he'd been away, really.
No, I think the manner of and the conviction of the win for everyone, the fans, the players, that really was, you take away from that a lot of belief going into the last 9 games of the season. Really do.
With the injury situation, clearly a blow to lose Nathan Thompson. We were having a chat this time last week with Nathan, and he was saying, I'm playing my best stuff, I really feel on it. And it's been a little bit the story of his season, those niggles.
Yeah, unfortunate, because Nathan's been very good, very consistent. And the problem we've had is one we've had all season. We've spoke about it at length, myself and my staff. We've looked at it, we've analysed his data. We feel that the pre-season didn't help and didn't have a really good one. And it's been, as soon as he's got into a flow and got in a consistent run of games, he's had another problem. So we'll look at it, and we'll hope we get him back as quickly as we possibly can. First time we've looked at it and we're reading the scan, it's probably going to be struggling to be back before the Coventry game, but that's the one we've penciled in. If any earlier, then that'd be good. Yeah,
and it shows what a boost it is to have had Fraser play so well over the past couple of games, because now, having picked up another injury, you've still got Niall and Reece who can come in.
Yeah, and look, we've got a squad for a reason, and people will get injured. People, obviously you've seen where Ivan gets suspended. It doesn't bother me in the sense that I've got a good squad and I'm going to have to utilise them all, and that's what I'm going to have to do again. And I never really focus too much on players getting injured or get too disappointed with it, because I feel that I've got others that can come in and do a job. Niall came on at half time, which can be a tough ask to come on in a game like that at half time, but came in, no difference, was very good. Benno's played there, done well. Got Frankie Kent, who's back for the Bristol game, so I think we've got good options.
What's the story with Sammy Schmodix? I guess you're either going to tell me it's not true, or you're a bit frustrated that the information's come out.
I'm frustrated the information's come out, because we try to keep these things quiet, but yeah, it is true. He's felt a niggle in his hamstring. He's gone for a scan. A real freak won this. No problems leading up to the game at Portsmouth. Played Saturday, obviously more or less 90, well, probably did 90 minutes. Reported Monday, no problems, and then went down to put a sock on Tuesday and felt something in his hamstring. So we immediately sent him for a scan, and there's a small problem in there. So he'll miss Saturday, he'll miss Bristol, and then we'll see after that with his possibilities he'll be back for Blackpool. Yeah,
so a case of reassessing him at that stage. As you say with Nathan, once it's happened, you can't really worry about it too much. It's an opportunity for someone else. And you've got, I guess, a few different players who could come in. Idris has played well there. Could Reece Brown move forward as well, or I guess you could change shape?
Yeah, there's lots of options. We've got Idris has played there. George Boyd's natural position is there. Sahat's natural position is there. You can always adjust your jig around in midfield. I won't be changing shape. We've got enough cover to fill that position. So again, similar to Thompson, we've got players that need to come in and do a job, and that's why you have a squad.
Yeah, and it's a case of one of those really grabbing that opportunity, because at this stage you don't know how long Sammy will be out, so a chance for someone to really grab it with both hands.
Well, they have to, because we haven't got time to wait. We haven't got time to say, well, we can bed yourself in and play one or two games. We have to, whoever comes in has got to put a performance on, and that's where we're at. The business end of the season, that's what you've got to do, and that's why I was pleased with Niall. He came in and did well, and as others have done. Fraser's been out for a long time, come back in and filled in and done a great job. So whoever comes into the team has to perform to stay in the team, because I have got others that if they can't do a job while people are injured, we'll replace them, and that's what I've got to do as a manager.
Yeah, and it must be a real joy for any of your attacking players to be alongside Ivan at this moment in time. Of course the goals speak for themselves and his individual moments, but it seems more than ever over recent weeks he's really sacrificed himself for the rest of the team, dealing with defenders and making space for other players.
Well, he does that brilliantly. He's been fantastic, as I've said many times. He does utilise more than one defender, which means there's always space for someone else. And he's having a terrific season, and long may it continue. If you can continue with the form he's shown all the way through the season, continue with the goals, then obviously it gives us a right chance.
Yeah, and we saw that with Sariki at the weekend, that he found that room, and boy, did he make the most of it.
Yeah, he was excellent. Arguably his best performance this season. He's a very talented boy. He's learning when to pass, when to dribble, and some of the stuff he did on Saturday, they couldn't live with him. They really couldn't. He put on a fantastic performance. And again, I go back to what I said earlier. If we can get consistency in those sort of performances, both individually and as a team, then I think it's clear from the games we've played, particularly at home here, and the opposition, we're winning games, and if we can continue that, I think we will carry on winning games.
Yeah, and aside from those we mentioned, are you all clear?
Yeah, we're fine. There's one or two niggles as you get this time of the season, but we're going into the game regardless of what injuries we've got, confident, but knowing that we've got to improve this away form.